stress is one of the biggest causes of chronic illness. And, you know, we're talking a lot there about those emotional stressors, but stress can be toxin load. You know, we're all coming into contact with more chemicals. It can be mold toxicities. They're all stresses on the body. All of those things stress out the body and cause that stress response. So we're coming up against a lot more that our, you know, grandparents didn't come up against as well in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, this is so eye-opening for me, and I hope the listeners are really encapsulated by this, because it's like, my God, I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking, oh, wow, you know, yeah, stress, it's not leaving me. I'm carrying it around for more than a few days, you know, and then I'm not getting any sleep, and then I feel shit, and then I'm tired, you know, so God, I mean,
yes, wow, I mean, if we, you know, if I can just to look at a case study. I had a doctor that came into clinic, and she was a conventional medicine doctor. She worked in A&E, and she came to work with me in clinic, and she was getting sort of on the path to getting a diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis. And she was really struggling. She knew she was stressed out. She's a doctor in the NHS. So, you know, she was stressed out. She was working long hours. She'd been through the COVID pandemic. So, you know, there was a lot going on. She was to get down the stairs, she was having to hold onto the rail and like walk sideways. Now, this is someone who was like in her 30s. So she's not old. She's, you know, not been doing medicine for all that long in the grand scheme of her whole life. And she just knew that there was something other than taking really sort of strong anti-inflammatories and going down that path. She wanted to try and figure out what had caused this in her, because it wasn't normal for someone her age. When she came, obviously stress was part of that picture. So we knew that was one of the root causes. But we found she'd worked in A&E, so she'd been around people who were ill. We found a huge viral load in her. So she had about 4 or 5 different viruses that were all at very, very low levels. But just that addition of all of those things bubbling away under the surface were enough that they were actually causing an autoimmunity response in her. And she had all these, so she had fatigue, she had brain fog, she had this, what was coming out as looking like a rheumatoid arthritis. We worked on antiviral protocols. We got the viruses down in her body. You don't get them out because some of them are there for life, but we got them all down, all back into being sort of in remission. She had a mold toxicity. We got that out of her body. We reduced the stress. We worked on stress management. And she sent me, it took a while. It was about 6 or 8 months later. She sent me a message, and she was on a hiking holiday with her friends, and she sent me a message from the top of where they'd hiked to, saying, with a picture saying, I'm up at the top and I'm walking fine, and I'm back hiking, and and it's great. And she was doing really well. And she didn't have rheumatoid arthritis. She had this buildup of stresses in the body that were holding her back and causing these vague symptoms of fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, which are very common. They're sort of some of the symptoms that we see very commonly.
Goodness me, you've actually silenced me, because I think of so many people that I know that say, I've got this, I've got that. It's just the way it is. I've just got it. I take these tablets. It's just the way it is. My goodness me, if you're listening, that's you. Woo! Go and buy Nicole's book and just start looking into this, because this is unbelievable. Thank you so much. I reckon we could talk for hours.